Okay. Well, my son decided that I have to start recording these runs every day. Because he wants to see what Dad's doing when he's going on his runs. And I figured, well, guess I could put them on YouTube. And then maybe it'll get somebody to start running. And I'm just going to kind of talk about shit while we do it. Probably shouldn't say curse words. Oh well. Yeah, so he wanted me to start doing that. I already went on a run with him earlier while he's riding his bike. That's the only reason I'm running now, because I was biking previously. But I can't really bike with him because I go way too slow on my bike. So my run, or jog really, is about where his bike is. Not great. Tools. Let's get around all that garbage. Anyway, so that's what I'm gonna do. Just talk about shit. And hopefully I can maybe inspire somebody to get up and run. Get a little bit healthier. You don't need to do a lot. I mean, I'm not the most fit person in the world. You know, get up to 10 minutes. You don't even need to go fast. Just get and run, whatever your run is, or jog. And if you're doing that, you're probably doing okay. And then you can keep stepping it up, little by little. And obviously, the faster you go and the harder you want to go, the faster you're going to make improvements. People need to understand about running, and really working out in particular, because it never gets easier. It's never like, oh, well, it got easier to work out. It gets easier to work out when you have a discipline. I do this every day, you know, or whoever does it every day. I always go when I always get the fight. So whatever it is you're going to do. Wow, talking and running. I used to sing cadence in the army, but it's different when you're just trying to think and talk and blurt it all out. Anyway, working out will never really get easier, because the better you get, the more weight you can do, the harder you can push yourself. And so you always be pushing yourself about that hard. It's just you end up being able to do more, lift more, work out for longer, push yourself a little bit more. And this uncomfortable feeling you have when you work out, it's kind of like always going to be there. But when you're disciplined, you just go out and you do it every day. Even the days when you really don't want to do it, those are probably the best days to go run. And just go do it, you know. So, whoever sees the video, if you do run and you're disciplined and you're working out, well, maybe you'll just enjoy me sitting here talking to myself like an idiot. But at least this makes the run less boring for me too. Because honestly, I get bored running. This happens to a lot of folks. They get bored working out. It's like, I don't like to do it. Like me, I can't get on a treadmill. I can't get on a stationary. It's just not very fun. I get bored real quick, even if I'm listening to music or a podcast. I just lose interest. Or I don't work out as hard. Because if I tried to watch a movie on a stationary, I just won't work out as hard because I'm focused. So, you know, this is actually kind of easy. I don't really think about running except for the breathing. Get people to work out. Maybe you like it. Maybe you like hearing my ideas. I don't know. So, I'll keep doing this for a while. Maybe my son will enjoy these videos. It's all for him. And that's what it's all about at the end of the day. Living for your kids. Doing things you like. It's just easier to do things you like when you run a little bit. You know, I absolutely hate working out. I hate that uncomfortable feeling. But I also kind of hate being disgusting. You know, I was in the Army. worked out a lot. While I was downrange in Afghanistan, I had a pretty cush job down there. So, made it pretty easy for me to work out. I didn't have to go on patrols or anything. I wasn't one of the infantry cats. You know, God bless them. Out there having to hoof it every day, going on patrol, possibly getting blown up. I'm sitting there pretty in my little analyst cell, just waiting for work to do. Go out, eat up. We had access to chicken breast, so I ate 2 chicken breasts every meal. Well, lunch and dinner, and then for breakfast I have a 3-egg omelet with ham and cheese. And I tell you what, man, I bulked up quick. So when I went down range, I was about 170, lean, not very muscular, but I've always been very athletic. And I gained 15 pounds of muscle down there, thanks to Kaufman, one of my soldiers there. I say my soldier, but he was never really anybody's soldier. He very much did his own thing, within the confines of the rules, for the most part. But, you know, the thing that was great about him is you just treat him like an adult, like anybody else. Do whatever you need. Start trying to lower your rank and position. It don't work out. So, anyway, me and him ended up going to the gym all the time. I didn't know really how to work out. Again, I've always been athletic, but never really had to think about having a routine. He got me to bulk up, and I like it. I look good. I was ripped. But I didn't like being that big. Except for the fact that, you know, my wife really liked it when I got back. So, anyway, you know, I did that downrange. And yeah, the working out never really got easier. Just, I could do more. And you get comfortable because you get routine. If you can get a workout partner, somebody who you're accountable to, it's even better. It's even better. Or trainer, or somebody who's willing to just help push you. He helped push me. I'm sure he saw me gaining strides, and so he probably wanted to end up not getting surpassed by me. But yeah, I got up to 185. Started doing well. I got back from being downrange. Couldn't run as far, couldn't bike as far. My endurance is down because I had all the muscle. I didn't know how to move around. But yeah, I did start exercising. Thank you, app. My app noticed I was exercising and started a routine for me. That's pretty cool. It does it without me even thinking about it. Anyway, so downrange doing that thing. Get back states. I stopped going to the gym as much. Because, you know, we do PT in the morning. And so I don't like going outside of that. The muscle went down. Got down to about 175, stayed there. Got out of the Army. Well, became a recruiter. That was awful. Ballooned a little bit. You work out less as a recruiter. Just the name of the game, the hours kind of demand it unless you really stick to it. Didn't live next to anybody, so it was kind of hard to stick to a routine. I think we're only doing 2 miles today anyway, so this video's not much longer. Well, we'll see. Just kind of running a weird route around my neighborhood. But get done with the recruiting thing. Actually started to work out more towards the end of it. It works off some aggression towards a sergeant first class I did not like. And then I ended up keeping that up because she got fired. We got a new one. Probably best boss I've ever had in my world. Shout out Sergeant Daly. Freaking best damn E7 I ever worked for. Hands down. Anyway, that's the female Daly, not the male Daly. Although, sure, Mike, you were a fantastic leader. I just never had the opportunity. Anyway, I forgot where my train of thought was. Shit's weird to talk and run. Anyway, get done with the Army, and I ended up going into police work. I'm not gonna say what department I work for not wanting to draw any unnecessary attention to anywhere that might be needed. Kind of a policy thing. Not really allowed to go on social media and say whatever. So anyway, so I go through the academy with them, my police academy. They run the crap out of you there. It's absolutely awful. And you get done with the academy, and I was able to run really good. Went down to about 170 in weight. Probably got 165 now I think about it. There was no muscle. Not gaining anything there. Because it's all, calisthenics, high heart rate, a lot of running. We were doing, I feel like we were doing at least 6 miles a day on top of running everywhere we went during the course of the entire day from class to class. It's awful. Anyway, so got done with my training, started doing the job. And your first couple months while you're on training, as far as like the on-the-job training, you're not thinking about working out. You're thinking about making sure you don't get fired. Watching your officer safety, getting your reports done on time, things like that. Making sure that you can go out and do what needs to be done. And of course, in case somebody wants to fight you, you have to be able to fight back. But that's kind of the thing in the back of your mind, really. I'm not making much sense. But what you want to do is, while you're in training, just like don't get fired. So you get done with that, and you kind of get used to the fact that you haven't been working out, and you stop. And I had a pretty long commute to go to work, because living where I worked was too expensive compared to where I... my watch is freaking out at me again. Probably almost 2 miles. Not 100% sure. But then I started seeing a little bit of weight gain. I got it to 180, but that wasn't muscle. So I started biking to keep the joints at bay. Holy crap. I'll tell you what, the Army was not good on my joints. I don't blame the Army for the pain you get older. It's the rigors of the job, but Christ almighty, it was rough. And again, I had a cush job. But, we still go out and do Army training stuff. And when you're intel, they almost want to try and do it harder. Particularly while I was in Cav. I had to go hard in the paint there. Oh yeah, got me a good sweat. And, pretty rough stuff while I was in. That's beside the point. Anyway, so I started training. Got my waist size down a little bit. Been exchanging some of that fat for muscle. So 180 still, but my waist size is down an inch, which is nice. I cut sugar out. That was one of the big things. Because I did get to 190 actually. Went to the doctor. I was like, well, I always made a pact with myself. If I ever got to 190, I had to do something about it. And obviously it wasn't 190 muscle, so I cut sugar out for a couple months. Then COVID happened. And kind of reintroduced it because I'm a stress eater. And but I've severely reduced it, maybe I'll have a soda a day, maybe. I typically have an energy drink here once a day, which is probably not good for me, but I use the sugar-free stuff now. Bangs, sugar-free rock stars. If I do get something with sugar, it's very low sugar. And yeah, seeing the waist go down, seeing the energy level go up. Now that I'm not trying to manage all that glucose. Yeah, very low. I'd say I'd probably cut my sugar intake by like 70%. I was a sugar fiend. Candy bars all the time. Sodas. Again, COVID. That kind of knocked me in the overdrive. Well, before that, before that, I was comfortable. Cut it out. COVID happened. Ticked it up, but not anywhere near where it was. And that's the only diet I really follow. I eat a lot of greens, eat a lot of meat. Trying to reduce the fast food. I still have some. It's kind of the rigors of the job being a cop. It's what's available. And you try and meal prep, but you can't always get back to the station to eat it. You want to heat it up, so. Well, I think that's all we're going to do for today. Yeah, that's. I have no clue how long that was. It's got to be over 2, because I've ran that route before. Whew. Yeah. Walk it off, cool down. That's what we want to do after you work out. Hope that this video can inspire some folks. At least give you some guidance. It doesn't need to be anything tough. I did, 15? Yeah, 16 minutes of this BS. A little over. So 15 minutes of running. Do a little cool down, do your stretch. And in the morning, or in the day, or whenever it is you do it, stretch before or after, reduce those injuries. Even when you're sore and you're hurting, you know when you're injured and hurt. Injured is bad, hurt is get over it. Man up and go through. And the Army didn't teach me that. That's just my grandma. Tough as nails, born in the 40s, I think. Grew up on hard times, so she's just always like, push through it, don't be a wimp. Anyway. Oh! What do I need? 15 minutes. That's it. You're off, you're going, you're running, doing your thing. You don't got to worry about it anymore. You start being a little bit healthier. The harder you push, the faster results you're going to see. And eventually you'll get to your peak. But you know your limits. So just get to your limit at least. And little by little, you'll start noticing it, pushing past it. That's all I got for today. Gotta try and run every single day. May not get to it. It'll definitely be every other. Unless, of course, I get this sweet-ass Rona. Anyway. Later, folks.